I'm gonna just do one of these right here. I'm gonna be like, man, it's been a long day. I am gonna need a rag though.
Let
It's
me go
out of
get
control.
you.
No, you ain't going nowhere. Yeah, bro got me covered.
You let him go get it, he gonna come back with a full towel.
I feel like I'm back in '08 for questioning.
You know
I ain't seen nothing yet, officer.
You know that's Dallas. He gonna come back with a full towel.
I take it. One of them church towels like grandma used to cover y'all up with.
No, that was a sheet, babe. A full
Sheet it is. Sheet it is. I ain't doing nothing till I get a rag.
Ken, what's wrong?
I'm hot natured.
The air conditioning is on.
But I cut it off upstairs because I ain't been up there. And I had to go up there to get all this stuff taken care of with the junk. And I died.
So you didn't have the air on upstairs?
No, ma'am.
What's wrong?
You said what?
What's the matter?
You know, people make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? People make mistakes. This is a major one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, that's how I be when I be eating
like
spicy food, though. We be at a restaurant.
Yes.
We be at a restaurant, and I don't notice it. I'm just eating, minding my business, and she be like, babe. I'm like, what? And then it just start running down my face.
Yes.
That's the side effects of bald head. Man, thank you, bro. Let God bless you.
He ain't even bring you no black one. You wanna? Is the air on in here? Taylor, talk about it. Is everything okay on that end?
We appreciate y'all patience. It's been so long, man.
Well, we missed last Tuesday. It's pregnant things, guys. Pregnant stuff. I am almost there. I'm almost there. That's my movie. I think I'm going to watch it tonight. We almost,
Oh, it's cool. I got my iPad.
Princess and the Frog. I will be watching it tonight. It's some good cartoons out there. I be telling everybody, all the nurses and stuff at the hospital, I be telling them about the cartoons I be watching, and they be putting it in their phone, going home and watching them. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of dark stuff out there, too, so cartoon will bring you joy.
Gotta watch some of them, though. They got a little bit of innuendo in some of these joints. They just slide stuff in. Like, they're not giving our children a chance to slide things in there.
Oh, yeah.
Planting seeds.
But the last one we watched, man, you was just looking at each other. That was called the Mitchells versus the Machines or something like that.
That went hard. Oh, yeah, but they were going hard, though.
They were.
They were putting some messaging in there.
I can't wait to sit Dallas down.
Yeah, see what he got to say. What up, Scrap?
I bet he already watched it.
Trey and Kayla down at the beach, living a good life.
Living my best life.
Young entrepreneur. Shout out to Paul Daniels. It's another shirt. I don't know. It might be too tight. That might be why I'm sweating.
You look good.
But I got in that thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Paul Daniels got some nice joints.
I see your muscles.
Yeah, I think I see him too. And I'm not even looking.
Shout out to the Rickies for going to get me another gown to wear for Taylor Talk tonight.
That is not a gown. That is pregnant cute.
It's cute, but I just feel like everything I put on now is just huge. Huge.
Put your eyebrows on greatness.
Shout out to India for those eyebrows.
Your eyebrows are on greatness.
You know, babe, I just been sitting around in a bonnet. And I've been, y'all, I really been quiet. Like, Ken just leaves me alone because I don't want to be bothered. And crazy because, like, some of my loved ones, they just don't understand. I don't get the pass of we can't talk to her. I'll text them and tell them I don't feel like talking. And they'll call me anyway, like, you
really
know,
don't. That's to me, too.
I don't. I'm just at that stage of, like, my hip hurt, my back hurt. I can't catch my breath. You know what I mean? I got a little bit of diabetes going on, you know what I'm saying? So I got to watch my food. I'm real pissed about that. Shout out to Darica's mama for making me a big, big meal before I started my diet. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just that, you know, everything is just heavy. And I don't want to I just want to sit in my rocket chair and watch my shows.
And I believe patience is what you do while you wait. So while she needing some space, I'm being productive, working, grinding.
Yeah.
You know, getting things in
And
order.
I appreciate you for not getting frustrated. And, you know, can't be trying. He be like, baby, I love you. Or, baby, let me squeeze. I be like, don't squeeze me nowhere.
She don't let me touch nothing. I be like, I can't, just a little.
No.
A little.
No.
I tried to trade. She wanted me to go get a Coke Zero the other day. I said, it's going to cost you a feel. And you was like, boy, you better go get that joint. So, you know, me, I'm
I just
having a
thought
low.
about it. I have another Coke Zero.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Oh, that's so bad. They so good.
I was flowing in the spirit.
I know, but when you said that, I was like, oh, I got one more. But I think that I think what you should do is stop getting 6-packs.
And get what, a 2-liter?
No, just get 2 6-packs.
Oh, I thought you were telling me to go the other way.
Because I'm like, are you doing that on purpose? 'Cause I can have a Coke Zero.
If I get you a 6-pack, you look at it and you be like, okay, I'm going to do one right now. And I'm going to do. If I go in there and get like 4 6-packs.
Just get 2.
It's going to be a fiesta in this
get
joint.
2 6-packs.
You might be up in the club with the joint. I walk in the kitchen, it's sticky in here. You in the doggone bottle service, sparklers. I'm like, that is not what the incense is for.
I get 2. Get 2. Them things are delicious to me right now.
Yes, man.
They took me off the regular ones, so bring on the Coke Zero.
I'm proud of you, though.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you. Bringing a queen in this world.
I'm bringing a Philistine in this world. Kendall's kids, this child is huge. They told me a 9-10 pounder. I told them it won't be coming not from where y'all bringing her out at, because this is going to be a miracle.
You come to me, boy. Be careful what you ask for.
A 10-pound baby. None of my babies were that big.
That ain't a baby. That's a bowling ball in training. It's a bowling ball in training.
Okay, what we're not going to do tonight, let me tell everybody what we're not going to do tonight.
Not going to make her pee.
Do not make me laugh. If you
I'm
love
not promising
me
that.
And you don't want to embarrass me, don't make me laugh, okay?
All right, let's get serious.
Okay.
No jokes in here, fellas.
Sean, what are you doing? You look like your son over there right now.
And shout out to Nice Son with the movie role, man. Did some big things coming.
So he gonna do it?
Oh, he done.
He did it?
He's a star.
He's already done. His section is over.
How did he do?
He did great.
How did he feel after?
He felt, well, his last day he was over it.
It's a lot of work, huh?
Yeah, his last day, like they was on set for, I don't know, for a while, he was over it. He was hungry. He was ready to go. Like, he was over it. I said, man, how you feeling? He was like, I'm ready to go. So I say, would you do this again?
That's what I was going to ask.
If they called you? Nah.
Don't know.
I want to ask you, had he got his check yet? Yeah, he was checking for that check.
He got the check now. He been looking for him. He been getting them. We couldn't pay him to go to the mailbox. Now, every day, I'm going to check the mail.
He might do it again, nice, because he sees that,
Well, he did say, after the fact, like, man, I was just frustrated. I was hungry. My feet was hurting. Like, I was ready to go. But
that's grown folk talk.
Yeah. Auntie need to talk to him, because you teaching them hard work right now. Anything he do is he got to put something in it. But if he enjoys it, I don't want him to quit.
Yeah. He had fun, though.
Nice.
Yeah, so they finished shooting in June. So hopefully by next year it'll be a go.
Get it, young man, young king.
We'll be letting the Taylor Talk family know what's good. Support the young boy.
Yes, sir.
Ain't in the streets, ain't out here wilding, being productive. You know what I mean? That's a beautiful demonstration, man.
He got too many belts around him. He know not to be wilding. He can get a whooping by everybody. Like, dog.
You ready to cook?
Why you so quiet and acting strange?
Here we go.
Hush, hush. Somebody's calling my name. Hush. She be ready. All she want to do is just start with me.
No, you're acting weird.
No, anybody I'm not acting weird. I'm acting the same way I normally act. You're acting weird.
Sit down. You're making me nervous. I can't see
Actually, you're making me nervous. That's why I'm standing up. So you making me nervous tonight.
Okay, let's get serious.
And then people that have on shades and stuff, you gotta be careful. You never know what they might do. That's true. Yeah,
Oh, please, what you talking? Oh,
I was just always told to never trust somebody who wears sunglasses in the building.
Never trust.
And they wear sunglasses
in
the building.
You can see my eyes.
I know. I'm just saying, just the stereotype. Never mind. You know what? Flashback.
Sean, can you start agreeing with me on some things? Because they link up. You don't be over there saying nothing.
Smart man.
I stay in my corner.
No, come out.
Nice say he the cut man.
Yeah, I'm the cut man.
Be careful of pregnant women. pregnant women in shades.
Why is that, bruh?
You just never, you listen, you never know. You never know.
All right, let's cook.
Yeah.
Miss y'all, man. Miss y'all. So, this particular piece, we were supposed to do a couple weeks ago. Keziah felt otherwise. She's the silent fifth guest. But there were some things, without calling out names, that I think when we get into this, you're going to know exactly what, who, how, whatever we're talking about. But we wanted to come from the demonstration of #MarriageExperts. It was something that transpired, definitely went viral. I'm pretty sure every last one of you had it come across your device. And that was the moment that we wanted to come and kind of just as a married couple chime in. So the message is a little delayed, but we believe that the perspective and posture is still relevant and fresh. So let's cook. Yeah. Marriage experts. Words like guru, influencer, and expert are catchy and trendy when it comes to social media and personal branding. But in marriage, like buttons don't heal emotional wounds. Comments can either build a lover up or tear them completely down. And as far as how many views are concerned, we can all look at the exact same video and walk away with a totally different perspective and totally different view. We wonder at times, can a title relationship expert really be confirmed until that person reaches the ultimate finish line of until death do us part? Some of our favorite celebrities, from Chris Rock, Forrest Whitaker, Dr. Dre, Jeff Bezos, and as of today, Bill Gates. Yeah, they divorcing after 27 years.
Where they going?
Have made it to the 15, 20, 25-year mark, and suddenly they throw in the towel. The Taylors are also not exempt from the daily challenges of marriage, and we will never posture ourselves as experts.
Where you going? You take that out. You go ahead, go up and take that out.
Hold on.
Yeah, you ain't going nowhere either. Taylor's.
I'm speaking in true
humility.
You.
Yeah, switch it up.
So, in closing, the question tonight is, why are we so drawn in and captivated by those who proclaim to be experts on relationships so easily? Does their charm and wisdom of words help fill some kind of empty space that we carry inside regarding romance? Are we looking for others to provide us with a cheat code that will eliminate any chances of pain and hurt? Or is there something else working beneath the surface? Marriage experts, let's talk about it. So, kick it off like this. Definitely want to get your input. When we look around, there's a lot of people who consider themselves marriage experts, but when you peel back the layers, they've been divorced multiple times. Some end up being exposed as cheaters or frauds, and some of them are actually single. Do you feel there should be some parameters or qualifications before we adorn somebody with the crown of marriage expert? Because these people only stand on the platforms that we as hungry observers and people seeking information put them on. So do you think there should be stronger criteria, more scrutiny, or due diligence before we label somebody as, oh, they're a marriage expert or a relationship expert?
First, let me start off by saying this and repeating this, and we always used to say this before we began our Taylor Talk shows, and I think we need to get back to saying it. We are not experts. We ain't trying to be experts.
I was in trouble the other day.
We just be kicking it and telling y'all like some of the stuff that we go through and how we come out of it. And sometimes we sit here and talk our way through it. And we also, when we're not talking to y'all or on Taylor Talk Tuesday, we're watching like people like Jake's and his wife who've been together for how many years? He said they've been together. It's been a while, but we follow other people who have been there, done that. So for me, I just feel like you never become an expert at this thing. There is no way. You know what I mean? Like even still listening to Jake's, I think he was at Stephen Furtick from Elevation. He was at his church. He was talking about marriage. He was talking about some stuff, and I was just like, yo, you can never be an expert at this. You learn every day something new about your wife or your husband. You understand? But I just think we live in a generation now where everybody wants to clubhouse everything, and everybody believes everything they hear, because we're we're in, it's like a drought going on when it comes to relationships, when it comes to business, when it comes to money, it's just such a drought that anybody who goes live now, it's almost like you say the right thing and you say it well, you got my attention. And you just have to be very careful with that.
I totally agree. I'm kind of cutthroat on this one. My personal opinion is that social media has taken away the pursuit of true wisdom, knowledge, and information. Our span of receiving something as truth is now being reduced to 30 seconds. We see or we hear something for 30 seconds and it's truth, and we don't even research it. We forward it, we send it, we share it, basically confirming it with having done no research in it whatsoever. So it seems like these different presenters or whatever, and they shed a bad light on those who truly are authentic and dedicated to their craft. That's the sad part. But they jump on these platforms and they have a certain finesse and a certain charisma and a certain spark, and they're entertaining. And people who are hungry, I don't like the word gullible, but we're grabbing onto that information because we don't want to do the work ourselves. We don't want to read the books. We don't want to go to the conferences. We don't want to have the open and honest conversations with our parents, our grandmothers, ourselves. So my opinion is we're looking for somebody to give us a true cheat code from not having to do the work ourselves.
But you know what it is? It's like the book is not enough now. We also live in a world where the book, that's not enough. Mm-hmm. Like I need to be in your presence. I need to see you. I need more. Like you said, everybody wants to be entertained. Jake had also said something about how he was like, if he holds a conference or he does something where he's mentoring and everybody's in the room, he watches the ones that is tweeting instead of, like catching the information. You just steady tweeting, like, I gotta tweet this picture. I gotta tweet and show you that I'm here. He's like, instead of you tweeting, you should be soaking up all this information that I'm in the room. And if I'm not in the room, catch this book that I just wrote. Or is that not enough? It goes back to me and Ken we reached out to him, and I think I talked about this on Taylor's Talk. We reached out to him. We were asking him, would he mentor / cancel us, marriage counseling? And then we both were sitting in the house, and we was like, you know what? I went to Ken. I was like, Ken, I just thought about something. And he was thinking the exact same thing because we was about to watch him on live. And it was like, it's enough with us watching him on Sundays, and that's enough. Like, the man is tired. Like, all of the teachers that we know that we sit and we talk with, we see what they do on the back end. Like, he's feeding us here, so that's enough. But no, everybody wants to be in the presence, and everybody wants to have a live feel, and the book is not good enough because that's the type of generation we live in. More and more and more and more of you. You be present, and I'm going to believe what you're saying because you're here. My dad had said something to me one time. He was just like, I switched up where I was going to church because the person that I'm watching right now, I could talk to him like you can say, like how Dorikas, you can see the screen and people are talking and you can ask the man questions. So I was just sitting there and I was thinking, I was like, but you know what? As soon as he's offered that opportunity to go to a bigger platform, he won't be able to do that. He won't be able to answer questions. So can you take something that he's saying and he's feeding you and not have to ask those questions and get everything you need just by what he's teaching and, from what he's learning? But everybody just I was like, I want more.
We also have an issue, too. There's not enough. We don't see. I'm not going to say that out there because that would be a premature statement. We don't see enough healthy relationships to learn from. Social media, movies, a lot of things are going to depict the negative or something with a twist or with an angle because it's got a good storyline. But the good relationships that are not full of flair and excitement, but they're consistent, they're truly anchored in God's principles, they're healthy, they're sustainable, they're proven. Those are out somewhere, not posting a relationship, not being in the limelight, things of that nature, but they got jewels and rich information from which we can learn from, but they're not as present and visible as all of the negative imaging. So it'd be different if for every negative image you saw, you had something positive to contrast it to. but we're hit with so much negative stuff, and we're hit with so many relationships that are truly not healthy in God's eyes, but they're being elevated by world standards.
And that's what I was going to say.
That we begin to think that that's success.
Negative sells more than good stuff. Am I right or wrong? If you do a reality show and you come in and everything is too clean, they're going to pull you to the side and say, we need some drama.
We be surprised that Taylor Talk still be going.
I don't even look at the numbers no more, because I be like, yo, if you get caught up in what's going on, then you're going to lose. You'll quit. Because everybody wants to see drama. They want to see fighting. They want to see cussing. And they want to see fussing. So the relationships that you're talking about that ain't showing up, it's almost like it's not really worth my time. Marriage is a fight. Relationships is a fight every day. I got to stay on my knees to make sure I'm being and showing up to be the wife that he needs me to be. And he got to do the same to make sure he's showing up. So I don't got time to be on here showing you anything, because y'all don't want to see that. They don't want to see it. Negative sales.
There's only one source to get an expert opinion on marriage, and it's the scriptures.
Yep.
Let me pick on Kendall.
Pick on Kendall, baby.
Pick on Kendall. I was that guy who would try to find every other avenue but the scriptures in God's way. I would read every other book.
Why?
There's no secret of the level of accountability that God holds on men. There's no secret about it. That's why a lot of men will lead their families and choose a church that fits their lifestyle, instead of finding a word that convicts them and makes them conform to the word itself. There's religion and church is a la carte out here. If you want this, you can go find that. Now, the scripture is just straight down, up. It's up, down, left, right. That's it. But if you want a 90-degree angle, there's a church for that. If you want a 30-degree angle, there's a church and ministry for that. If you want a 20-degree angle, there's a church for that. So too often, man, we find clusters and circles that will allow us to feel comfortable in our unrighteousness and our sin and our temptations and things of that nature, because we know where we can go to get convicted, and we shy away from that. So that's what I would do. But as far as men, Christ is the best example and demonstration, and is the only expert. But here's the problem. I was talking to somebody the other day. It was a family member, my Aunt V. And I had never said or thought this before, but I thought it was so dope, and God gets all the credit. In order to love your wife and be an expert as a husband, you have to love your wife the way Christ loved the church.
Indeed.
We hear it over and over and over. Love like Christ loved the church. But what does that mean? It's that cross. But what does that mean? Christ volunteered to get on that cross. He had the power to reject it. He had the power to shut it down. He had the power to find another means. He surrendered to it. And when he got on it, he also had the power at any point in time to get off. Now, what we tend to do is we pick the timing that we want to carry our cross and when we want to get off our cross, when we want to be patient.
Amen.
When we want to be kind.
Amen.
I'm going to cater to you today. It's Valentine's Day. And about a week after that, but then after that, it's back to being about me. We're not consistent. But Christ and God are always consistent, no matter what we do. And that's what I had to realize is, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, you're a phenomenal wife. But in those moments, it doesn't, real talk, whatever you do in those moments, I have to be consistent. And that's been my biggest battle. I can't bend when you lean. I can't squat when you duck. I have to be consistent. That's the expert demonstration that we get from the scriptures. There's no other place that you're going to be able to get it. There's no other.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like most of the time, though, the men only go to the parts of the Bible that are like hard, like what David did and what. No, and that's what I say. But just wait. I'm going somewhere with it, because the part that you guys struggle with, and we had this conversation, is what you said. The Bible says, Christ said, love your wife as much as you love. What was the key word? Love. Love comes with a lot of emotion. It comes with a lot we just had this conversation. A lot of men don't know how to crack that shell of love. Your love is in a David kind of way. Like, I'll fight for you. I'll kill somebody, run up in this house. I'll kill them. I'll shut them down. But when it comes to when me and you are in here alone, and if we're having a heated moment, that love thing is kind of hard for y'all to tap into.
Let me go on and put it out there because it might help a brother. The other day we were sitting here, bro, and I cried with my wife, and I probably ain't cried with my wife in 4-5 years in that magnitude. I had been holding so much stuff that was preventing her from really getting to that true vulnerable place in my heart. I'm doing the demonstrations, I'm saying the right things, I'm doing the logistics, but I knew that there was a piece in me that she didn't have access to. And I felt real convicted. I went to the gym one morning. I was just sitting in the truck, and I was like, yo, God, I'm in this place where I'm trying to be, like, insanely obedient because I want the Holy Spirit to come into my life and take over in a different way, but I'm still holding on to a sense of control. So I'm trying to move when he tells me to move. And so I text my wife, and I was like, yo, it's something I need to tell you and talk about, but I'm just not ready right now. And she was like, well, whenever you're ready, I'm here. I want you to know you can talk to me, yada, yada, yada. So I get home, and she like, ready to talk? I'm like, no. So I gotta figure this out. Those feelings that I felt, I didn't understand. I said, I gotta figure this out. Give me a minute. When I finally sat down and started talking, man, I ain't do the boo-hoo with the snot and all that. Now I'm gonna walk away with my Jordans.
See, what is wrong? See.
Because I don't want them to feel like I was in here like.
But that is the
you know
problem.
I mean?
Sometimes,
but it's enough. I'm telling this
y'all
story though.
need to. But this is the thing.
I
guarantee y'all. Listen, if y'all had one moment where you could just fall to your knees and speak to your wife or speak to Christ, like, and you just cry out, I promise you will feel better. That's the thing that women have when y'all will come to us and be like,
y'all's thing, though. That's
teach
what
me
makes
how
y'all
to,
women.
I know. But David cried.
Yeah, but there's a different cry, though. The scriptures don't tell you that.
They say he cried out like snot, worship, like he was snotting and stuff.
I would like for you to get that for me so I can.
I'm not going to find it.
I can do the exegetical study on that. But real talk. Because I'm just trying to help a brother out saying we've been married for 7 years. And I still had a breakthrough. That's why we'll never come up here and say we're experts. We still on topic. With everything that I've been blessed to be able to do through God's leadership, after 7 years, I'm still walking around with a piece of myself behind my back. And the crying for me wasn't about anything other than me getting over the fear of saying, it's time I give you this. And that was scary for me, man. It was terrifying for me. But my wife comforted me. You know, we just sat and talked. She sat over there in the rocking chair. I sat right there and we just talked. I wouldn't even look at her. Real talk. Like, I wouldn't even look at her. And I had one of them cries like the tear fall. You catch that junk like this.
It would be hard.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, you look up there like, you know what I mean?
But can I say something as a wife? I had to, while he was talking, I was praying. Because I was asking God to show me how. I was like, if I need to say something, tell me what to say. Because this could be a moment where I just need to let him speak. You have to be very, very careful because that one moment he may say something that you have been praying about for like a month, a year, 2 years, and you like, that's it. I've been trying.
And I ain't saying nothing else.
See, and then you're gonna mess it up. You'll mess it up because at that moment you gotta understand it's not about your wrong or your right. It's about God showing you that I'm opening through your prayers and what we talk about. Look at your husband. I'm starting to open up those doors in my timing. That's the other thing too, women. It ain't gonna happen in our timing. Understand? So these are things that I've been praying about long ago, and it's stuff that he prays about that I'll just come out and say, and he'd be looking at me like, And I'd be like, shut up. You know, so we have to understand that in those times, and I knew that was hard for him. He did not look at me, and he wasn't going to talk about it. I was like, hey, I want you to understand something. I'm your best friend. I'm your prayer warrior. I had to remind him, like, this is all a safe place. And so we said all that to say this. No, we're not experts. We're still learning and we're still growing. And that's why we watch people and we read certain books. And, you know, we're trying to be that couple that's people have followed me for years. And now they're seeing me in a new place of being married. when I thought I would never be married, and some of y'all probably didn't think either. Like, thought I was gonna be singing "Free Yourself" all my life. So here we are now, and I'm like, if I share everything else with y'all, then we're gonna share this. We're gonna share this journey because there's a lot of couples out there that we just don't know. We all don't know, and without God being the true expert in that book, we wouldn't be here.
You walk right into this next joint, and we're going to breeze through it because I got a little outside the box juicy joint I want to throw in there and just kind of shake it up a little bit, have some fun. I had this one written out as the wisdom secretly held. Are you thirsty, girl? You look thirsty.
You know what?
That's what I say to her every time. She be like, "Bah, I'm thirsty." I'm like, "You look thirsty."
Don't be like that.
The wisdom held in mistakes. That's all Kendall and Fantasia have to offer is how we've overcome our mistakes. I get real cautious when somebody jumps out with every right thing to do. This is what you should do. This is what you should say. This is how you should treat them. This is you should leave. You should. Where's the mistake in there? Because the mistake lets me know your humanisms are present and your humility is in control, and that you have experienced what you're telling me. See, there's certain flags that are right there before our eyes if we choose to see them, because prime example, if we go to McDonald's and they mess up our fries, we're going to talk that junk, talk that talk. You be back to McDonald's next week as soon as your son say he wants some McDonald's, right? We penalize who we want to penalize. So there are some great coaches out here and leaders out here who are dedicating their life to this, but there are also some false prophets in the game who have some signals about them, let you know that they're wolves in sheep's clothing. And the one that I have identified is when a person doesn't put their own mistakes out there in true, full transparency. You don't got to tell me the worst thing you did, but let me see some of your scrapes on your knees, your elbow, a little bit of white meat, and then I can know, then I can have the peace and assurance that you're coming from a place of empathy and experience. Too often, like certain things that happened a couple weeks ago, you got somebody always hollering out the right. You have to have balance and growth. You have to have balance and growth. And that comes from saying, I did this right, I made this mistake. I learned from that, I did this right. If you always right all the time, 9 times out of wrong, you're going to be proving that you are always wrong. And I just wanted to, and if you want to chime in or whatever, but that's something that I have noticed because I'm big on speaking. I watch speakers, I listen to speakers, I critique speakers, I read about great speakers, and there's a pattern that comes from people who come from a genuine place. So if you're a woman out there, a man out there seeking wisdom, make sure the person that you're devoting your time to, you might be sowing into this person, you may be paying for a subscription to this person. Make sure that there's a balance between them giving you correct direction and also letting you have an inside look at some of the mistakes and the U-turns that they've had to make as a man or a woman.
Oh wow, I think that's one of the reasons why we came off of Patreon too, because it was like, we're gonna be tested. We gonna be tested. We're tested every time we come off of Taylor Talk. So I don't want to get nobody money and we end up, nah. Like
That was just always a weird feeling.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Them conversations was interesting to hear.
It was just something that we don't like. Especially the one thing I don't like is how people, especially in the time of like we're in a time where people are going through a lot of stuff after all this COVID stuff, and people want to be fed, and they come on here and they like to hear us do Taylor Talk, and then we're like, well, let's charge them, and now so you giving your last dime, and
it's a faith walk too though, because we could have there's different things where you could do donations, you can do little things while you're on your live, you could do good, but that's not about that. It's about it. We be obedient to God.
But I
He'll
think that's what a
lot
of the people get caught up in. They do one live, and they see all the people come, and it's like, oh shoot, I can make some money out of this, right? So now you're just worried about the money and the likes and the supporters that you get, but you're not really thinking on how you're influencing these people. And then when you get caught red-handed, everybody's like, but wait a minute, I was following you. I was listening to you. So even though we're not out here wilding, I just don't want to get, my main thing is we don't want to get in trouble with God. So we don't pay for nothing. If y'all want to come keep joining along on Tuesdays, join along as we sit and clown, but also talk about our ups and our downs and how we're not experts in anything. Understand? God is still teaching us, and we can still learn. We're still learning.
We share our mistakes so that, Hove did that, so hopefully you don't have to go through that. You know what I mean? That's what this is about. And there's so many people who reach out, send us messages that they've been so blessed by, and to us, that's compensation.
Did you just spit a Jay-Z line?
First of all,
Was that a Jay-Z line?
what do you know about Jay-Z? Second of all, yes. The answer is yes.
Did you just say, what do I know? Can I put you up on all the music?
You like to say that. You know what? I'm not even gonna do it, man. You need to respect
But that
my
wasn't
my
what
catalog.
you said, Hove.
But that was Jay-Z, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Man, some of us don't know these lines you spit. So
That's why they got Google. They on the phone right now.
You need to start
Hove
spitting.
did that, so hopefully you ain't got and you get it.
I'll start spitting some John P. Key lines for y'all, for the ones who.
Dorica's got your back.
He is acting strange
No,
over there.
Dorica's
Something
ready. I ain't
right.
gotta worry about Dorica. One more thing, check it. Dorica's probably chiming on this. So we a couple weeks late, but this was supposed to be so on time. But I want this tabled on Taylor Talk. Steve Harvey came out. Shout out, salute. He was like, in relationships, men cannot have female friends, and women cannot have male friends. He said there's no such thing. And the day he dropped it was like the day of the Taylor Talk, and I was just like, yo, we ain't never really did a current event, but Keziah felt otherwise. But I know how we rock, and I'm pretty sure this is a curious thing out there, but, like you nice or bruh, like if you in a relationship, is it okay to have platonic relationships with the opposite sex? That's just my brother. That's just my sister. We go way back. We just whoop the whoop the whoop.
It's okay if your brother and your sister come hang around your wife and your husband. Yeah. If I know your sister and she come over, she eat every day, and she got a man, I need to know her man.
What if she's single? Can't keep a man.
Well, listen. We ain't stupid. Everybody can see and everybody can feel. It's a certain way certain people act that'll have a woman. I'm just gonna speak from a woman's point of view, where we know like that's something ain't right. If she texting you all day, every week, and she don't speak to me, something ain't right. I'm just saying. How I would roll, how I would rock. Let me tell you, there's a couple of things about myself that my grandmother taught me. I'm not texting your husband if I don't speak to your wife.
That's facts.
Number one.
Protocol.
If we have a gathering and there's husbands and wives, we're gathering, my bathing suit will be appropriate and there will be a wrap around myself. I'm not going to walk around your husband in a certain type of bathing suit to entice, make him look anything, even though he may not be. You just don't do that. When we have a husband and wife gathering and we just out to eat, there's certain conversations we not finna have at the table. I don't need to know what go on detail in your bedroom, and you don't need to know what go on detail in my bedroom. It's different with the brother-in-law, sister-in-law. We act a little crazy, but as far as like our friends and stuff, there's a way you walk, there's a way you talk, there's an order to all of this. No, if she don't talk to me, then she ain't your sister.
I salute that, and my opinion is always aggressive. When I met my wife, I cut everybody off, like people who I just had good relationships with. But this is the thing. If you were to have a healthy relationship, you had to. Was it Napoleon? Napoleon went to go battle. I don't know if it was Britain or Germany, whatever. And when they got over there, he burnt the ships, and he was like, either we gonna win or we gonna die. But there's no retreating. We're not going back. That's the mentality that I had, you know what I mean, to have this level of commitment. Because I always felt like if I know I can sleep with you, don't mean we haven't done it yet, but if I know I can, or there's ever been or could be a possibility, that's not a healthy relationship. It's not always about have you had is there a history? Do you know you could if you wanted to? Then that's a liability and that's a risk in my opinion. And so for me, I just didn't feel like going into my marriage that any of the relationships I had, even if we had not crossed that line, they were not that in-depth and adding that much value to my life to where it was worth the introduction, management, all of that. It was just easier for me to just be like, yo, I'm married. You know what I mean? My wife ain't bringing no homeboys to the table that I have to get adjusted to. I'm gonna keep it the same way on the back end, and we're gonna keep moving forward. And I've kept it like that since day one, and it's been very peaceful.
I think a lot of, like, Dorikas, you meet a lot of women, and you probably hear a lot of stories because you do their hair. And a lot of the women hair that you do, their husbands, what's the first thing they think when it comes to you? Go ahead, be honest.
Like the first thing, the typical person that come to me, their husband is they're expecting me to be this real feminine guy with hair, with heels, and all this kind of stuff. And then when they and this can go on for years. Like a woman can go home, be like, I love him, he's the best. I just love him, love him, love him, love him, love him. And the man can never feel no kind of way until I get invited to that party, to that baby shower, to that something.
Coming there Gucci
and
down.
then I come in there. But the thing is, I come in there, I got like an athletic build, I got my tattoos and all this kind of stuff, and they're looking like,
This who do your hair?
This is who do your hair. This is not what I expected. Everything has changed, But if I was feminine, or if I was probably bad, I don't know. If I was something else, But I've really ran into some situations now. Where men are just, when they meet me, they're just like, you're not the one who I was expecting doing my wife here, And it doesn't help that I'm naturally laid back and quiet,
You look sneaky just by nature.
He is sneaky.
Just by nature. You probably half speaking to them anyway, because that's just your personality. You like, hey, how you doing? And they like, nah.
True story. I told Fantasia, I went to go see one of my clients in the hospital. She had a surgery, and she wasn't doing so well. So I went up there, and when I went up there, I was kind of laying on her in the bed, and I was showing her some funny videos off of social media. And we were just laughing and just having a good time. And her husband walked in, and he busted in the door like, who is this? This is what's going on in here. And I'm just start looking at my phone like, okay. And she's at the real calm like, babe, come on in. I want to introduce you. And I'm like, okay, get it. And he's going off. He's like, who is this? And she said, this is my hairstylist. And he said, breathing all down your neck. She said, this is my hairstylist. He said, breathing all down your neck. He's like, oh no. I ain't got hairstylist.
You need to FaceTime me next time you go get that wrap.
But see, everybody's going to get that reaction, whether it's female or male, because it's almost like, okay, I know you get your hair done, but I ain't never seen your hairstyle before. This is my first time. You know what I mean? It has to be outside of the Ricans because he's just doing their hair. But when you're hanging or you're talking or you're speaking with somebody, I think that there's an order to all of it, so that, because you can have good intentions. You understand? But some cougar might be like, I don't know, I could give it to him. And you meanwhile thinking that's auntie. Auntie thinking, you understand? Come on, Sean, I'm telling the truth. Yes. So I was saying this one thing, like, do me a favor. Make sure, because I know your intentions, you know my intentions. If I'm speaking to a man and he got a wife, I need to meet your wife. Let's have dinner. Come by, let's meet you. Because if you texting me out the blue and we just having conversation, your man can pick up your phone one day and just take it out of content, like how old boy walked in the hospital and was like, what's the deal? And I've seen it happen. Aunties be like, I'm his auntie, but I'll lay him down. He just don't know it yet.
We were in L.A. This is a true story. She don't even know I'm going to tell you the story. She ain't going to remember until I tell you. So we were in L.A.
About me?
Yeah, this is about you.
Why?
Yeah, this is about you. Yeah.
Well, we
speak on, brother. Speak on.
Yeah, because I'm weird.
What year was this? What year was this?
Because I'm weird.
2000 and what? What was it?
Ooh, it is feeling.
This is probably like the first year y'all got married. We were in L.A. and we were at the. I don't know why you wasn't there, but we were in L.A. and we were at the Grammys, and Missy hit Fantasia up, and we went to some Grammy parties because there's a lot of Grammy parties.
I remember. I remember.
There's a lot of Grammy parties.
Remember this night.
And so we were there,
I was being good.
Yeah, I think this particular night y'all wasn't doing the best.
I was being
I'll
good.
say that.
But I
And
was
so we went out to the party or whatever, and it was just like mad crowded. You know, we got out there, and it was just a lot going on. You know, the Grammy parties, there's a lot going on. And so, you know, when they got ready to leave there, you know, they was all like, you know, everybody was going to Puffy's house. So, you know, everybody was like, let's go. And so, you know, everybody.
Don't say no names.
Okay, no
You
names.
ain't got to, because I seen them at the next
Disregard-
award show and
Disregard that
No, I'm like, dog, the Ricans would
Disregard
tell
that.
backstage, I'm like, I don't care
Nobody.
nothing about stage time, bro.
Hey, that
it
was
was-
old. It was old.
It was just a party.
Just breathe.
But long story short, you know, everybody was trying to go to the party, and so everybody started trying to get Fantasia to go to the party. So she looked at me. She said, "Should we go?" I said, "No, you're married." And she
Yeah,
said,
we gonna go ahead and wrap this one up, because this shouldn't have been the shoot. You shouldn't have had the
Wait, I mean, it
chaperone.
wasn't like, you
in
know,
the
The
first
way you
place.
just said it.
no, the way I just
Hey,
said, well,
it is
no.
what it is.
Well, you
I'm
told me
not gonna get
Well, I
mad
mean,
because it was
well,
back
no.
then, but
Well,
my
what I-
antennas was up off the rip.
Well,
you
what
know
I
what I'm
said,
saying?
it was like, you know, it was like she told me don't say no names, so it was like a lot of female celebrities. They were all going to the party.
Well,
so she's like,
yeah,
you know,
I'm like,
they
you
all.
trying to make it
yeah,
seem
it
like
was.
I'm about to go home
No,
with-
it wasn't like that. But
Woo!
it was like a lot of female.
Can I get a something on the
was a-
something?
Because you know what happened that night.
I know what happened, but the
And
way
you was still gonna
said
go over
the
there?
story, man, I was with all my girlfriends.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah,
Hey,
it was a bunch.
listen,
It was a bunch.
I'm that
it was a
dude at the
bunch of girls.
hospital. I don't care about none of that. I ain't trying to hear nothing. I ain't trying to blocking.
But you know
Listen.
what the
It was a
good
bunch of-
part
it was a
is?
bunch of girls.
I had a friend there, and everybody needs a friend. Like, it wasn't that he was trying to stop me from going home with who was trying to take me to get me to ride with them, because that would have never happened.
No.
But I was hanging out with all my friends, and you gotta understand, I'm freshly married, but they're used to Fantasia. What's the problem? Like, you know, I'm with Miss, I'm with Keon, I'm like, them my girls. Like, we was rolling, and I had to ask the Rikas, like, I don't want this to come off a certain way.
Yeah.
But you know, when you get married, you lose friends too, because they're not used to you being married.
Yeah, and they were really trying to, you know, they were really like, come on, we go hang out. And she asked me, I'm the licensed person. You know, they say you got to have one licensed friend that have the right to, you know, pull you together. And, you know, I don't party anyway, and I'm sober. And, you know, being sober.
I'm sober.
Yeah,
too.
you like, I've been ready to
I
go.
want you to come up out of this story. I need you to
Look,
come
she
up
put her shades
out.
down. She told me I'm sober too.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Mute him.
I'm just saying, I'm fully sober. You know, I'm fully sober. You know, I
Well,
don't drink
thank
at
you,
all.
bro, for being the
I
We
catch
mute
up.
the
him.
man God called you to be that night, bro.
But God called me to be
No. We gotta have a couple. Me and you need to have a couple of meetings
to
around
be
here.
your
I
God
want
and
to have some
angel.
meetings with you too, bro.
And I looked at her.
The way
I think I want y'all to have some meetings, but I would like to meet with you first.
God called me to be her God and angel. And I looked at her and said, sister, it is
Listen,
time
but
for us to
here's
go.
the thing. When we first got married, you gotta understand we got married after 3 weeks. It is impossible to change habits, behaviors, patterns. Don't shoot the man. He saved our marriage.
I'm shooting him because it's how he told the story. You sitting over here already boiling. It seems like
Nah, because I got it out. I got it out at the next award show. Because I'm learning too. I'm learning too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God.
So you know,
No,
but,
We
but
walking by.
we made it through that.
Shine. We walking by the person backstage, and I'm finna go up and sing, and I'm holding Kendall's hand, and the person was standing right there, and Kendall squeezed my hand so hard, I said, "I wish you would hug him," because you know everybody be speaking.
No, I didn't squeeze your hand. You walked right over, and I snatched you back, and he was
wasn't
standing right
finna
here. I said, "I
hug
wish
him.
you would hug this."
Oh my God, I wasn't finna hug him.
I know you wasn't.
Oh my God.
And I know
This
you wasn't
wasn't an
either.
option. That what it was. She would hold my hand, and he walking out. But I snatched her back over here and looked at him like, bro, trust me.
Oh
And then
my.
when she looked at me, I
I
gave her the
wasn't
eyes.
getting no award that night. But I was gonna be on TV. I promise you that.
And
Yeah, I
I
wasn't
gave her
having
the-
it, bro.
And I gave her them eyes, you're married.
Drinking, shut up.
I
Okay.
gave him them eyes like to me. And you know they more little when you see them in person. I'm like, man, bro.
All right,
saying no
let's,
names.
y'all. Let's keep marching.
But we made
on.
it through that.
Yeah, you gotta keep on marching.
I ain't
down
telling
the
no
King's
more
Highway.
stories. I ain't telling no
Please
more
don't.
stories.
Shut up.
I'm
I
acting,
want to thank you because that just shows we done came through a lot of things together. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't telling no more stories. I'm acting weird for the rest of the night.
You know, she goes, I don't know what y'all next conversation gonna be, but I know I'm not invited. I know I'm not invited. I might be the topic of discussion, but I won't be invited.
And Mama Diane, stop calling.
My mama gonna keep calling. That's God. She said, what are y'all doing?
But y'all see, man, like we are so human, man. We're so flawed. We're so in love, man. We so dedicated and committed, and we just get through things, man. You know, that situation happened. It was different for her, different for me. I don't know how long it took, but we ended up having a conversation about it, getting into understanding, saying, okay, especially when you.
No way. Since we want to start telling stories.
I'm listening.
On the night of before our wedding, the girls had me a little bachelorette party, right? So I posted a picture, and Ronald, you remember Ronald?
Ronald was about to get it too.
Ronald used to be my old hairstylist, and he got sick, so he's from L.A.
I didn't know this.
So Ronald came on. I can't remember what he said, y'all, but my phone rang.
Hey, beautiful. Hey, sexy. And so I'm about to call the wedding on, bro.
Ronald don't even want what I got.
Ronald too. That's good. We know. We done met.
But oh my God, I had to introduce him to Ronald. I said, Ronald, you are the one that almost Kendall called me. He said, I'm gonna tell you what. I don't know what you're doing tomorrow, but I'm not getting married. I said, what's wrong? You know what's wrong. You on the thing.
She replied to it. That's what it was. Like when I first got married, I had to get used to the and I'm sitting here like, bro, this is different. This is different.
Baby.
But she didn't reply. But with his, she was like, love you too, with a little emoji. I said, oh, we got one.
I don't know what you doing tomorrow, but
lie.
tomorrow I'm not getting married. I was like, what happened? Ronald, and hung up. I kept calling back. I even called Ronald. I said, Ronald, either you got to get on the plane or you got to send a message or something, because my husband think you trying to holler at me.
For me to meet Ronald, fall in love with the brother. I'm like, what up, Ronnie?
And Ronald
What
so
up, Ronnie?
quiet. He was just looking like,
I apologize for trying to kill you, Ronnie.
He was like, I don't want her. We've had some times. You understand?
Bruh, know this. And not that she has done anything, but just know if we're...
Hey, bro. What you doing after the show, man? You hungry? Are you hungry? I'm famished.
Listen.
I'm famished.
I'm going somewhere with this.
Boy, the wording is all bad right now.
Listen, let me say this. Not that she has ever, but one thing you know, if I'm with her, you ain't got to worry.
I know
about
you got
thing.
I ain't got no words. I know I ain't got no words because of you, babe. But that's just double impact.
I know she ain't got to, but sometimes you can't trust the men that's around. So I'm there. I'm scoping the whole thing.
Honey, I don't be paying no
It has gotten a lot better. The one thing I can say, man, is that at the end of the day, number one, the way my wife carries herself, and I do feel like people respect our marriage and what we have, man, and they show me a lot of respect, you know, and I appreciate that. And I think we good. You gonna get the random, you know. You gonna get the random, and I'm getting better at that, you know.
Nah, but not anymore. Everybody always
just don't try to accidentally touch my wife in no meet and greet, and we good.
Oh God.
I'll be 50 years old. You be doing the residency in Vegas, and I see old Cat Daddy try to cop a field, and I'll be ready to beat him with his own cane.
You remember the old man that came down to the bottom of the stage?
Say, I want you. He said, oh, I want you. I want you.
The whole show he kept saying, I want you. Mama.
Who want to deal with
Sir,
that?
do you know who my husband is?
I
He's
get it.
crazy.
You know what I mean? God working on my insecurity.
I beat somebody up for you, too. It's been a long time since I had a good fight, too.
Because I'm going to be so special. Let's just focus on
I will beat somebody up for you and my children. That's the only time you can pull me
I
out
ain't
of
going
my
to put you in that
jail.
position, man. You ain't going to catch me. Nah, I'm solid. I'm good.
Dallas won't even tell me nothing no more because he think I'm going to say, dude. I'll be like, son, I will. Yeah. He be like, gosh, calm down.
It'd be hard for me to pull something out. I'm not going to tell you no.
I will do it. Okay,
Well,
let's get, Thanks, Dorikas.
Ain't no thing.
Thanks for bringing
the host
out
was
the
quiet.
high
He's sitting over
points.
there all quiet. I'm
and
like,
the
nah,
guests
the
Sonya
Rick is
and
over
us.
there plotting. He going to have a
Look,
moment.
David said on here, they said, now I was quiet and you brought me out. You just couldn't leave me alone. You just couldn't leave me alone. gonna leave me alone. She been picking on me for like the last.
You have been standing back there acting really strange. I don't know if I need to pull out my oil and pray for you or what.
And it's that castor oil too.
Listen.
It stink, bro.
Listen, this
I hate the way that oil smell, bro. She be like, "You ready to oil me up?" I be like, "Nope."
I ain't gonna oil.
Kendall, the whole pregnancy is like I'm the problem. I'm the problem. I'm the problem. I'm the problem. I'm the problem with the baby room. I'm the problem with.
It's our baby, Dorigas. I've been told you
Yeah,
that.
you said it. So now, yeah,
When
you
y'all
do.
get on the
know-
phone, I'll walk out the room.
Do you
When
know-
you come over, I'll walk out the room. It's your turn.
Do you know I was at the wallpaper, baby, looking at baby wallpaper for a whole hour? And soon as she called, I had just gotten a car. And do you
Bruh.
know when she FaceTimed
She was
me in
like,
the car,
"Can you
she's
believe
like,
they over there eating lunch
said,
right
"They
now?"
been
I said, "They
playing,
gotta
y'all
eat.
playing."
They gotta eat." They over there talking about they eating lunch. I'm like, "Dang, slave
you
master."
can't even eat. You can't even eat.
I say, "Dang,
You
Joe
can't even
Biden."
eat. And then she said, then when I walked in the door, she said, "Why are you here? You're
Why-
getting in the way. You're just
You
getting
need
in
to
the
go
way.
home."
You need to go home."
And I tip on up to the office, bro.
And what did
I'm
I
out
do?
of here.
Did I go home, Kendall?
No, you stayed right.
I
You stood on the
stayed
promises
like
of the
a
Lord.
tree by the side of the water. I shall not be moved.
And then once it's up, she's so happy. She up in there kicking her feet, swinging. I'm like, I love it though.
Like a ship that's tossed and driven,
I don't start.
battered by an angry sea.
Stop. Don't start. I'm not mean to you. I'm tough on you. I'm tough on you because I know your potential.
Lord, I say to myself,
We had a good time tonight, man. We hope y'all had a good time beyond like the laughter. Just, smart ways to seek wisdom. Guard your heart and what you accept is truth. And just know on our end, man, we're going to keep it a little too real.
We're not experts even with friendships, as you can see, because we going to have a talk about that, how you put that. Everything you did could have caused a killing.
you're
in here.
acting weird.
Nah, I've been delivered from that.
But if we wasn't delivered, he could have caused the
I
killing.
knew-
Yeah,
know
that night was special, bro.
But this is the thing.
Moving on.
See, I knew y'all. I knew that y'all were delivered. I knew that this was a night that y'all were delivered, and I could say some things.
You will come up here like a serpent and test us. Don't do it.
You know when you mad at your person and they out of state, you can't pull up.
Kendall
You know what I'm
walk
saying?
to LA.
Bro, this would have been Concord, Salisbury, Rock Hill, man, that ain't no but gas money, bro. They was in LA. I'm on the other side of the country. I'm over here like, whoa. But we worked it out by the time you got home.
Yeah, years gone by now.
Jesus
Yeah.
will work it out.
You
If
shut
let him.
up because you
This
started.
problem that I have.
You that kind.
I just
Started
can't
and
sing
sit
the
back and
song.
started
I
singing
got
church
platinum
songs.
with American
This girl
Airlines now,
named
bro.
Fantasia keep bringing me all. I start praying about it. I've been praying about you.
Let me pray and get out of here. How about
Pray, yes.
that? You good, baby? Listen. Father, thank you for laughter because it truly heals the soul. We hope this has been a blessing to somebody. Just seeking some advice, some guidance, or just a tangible example of something that is trustworthy. And we ask that you continue to work on us, Lord. Break us where we are too proud and exalt us where we have mastered humility. And just allow us to all truly accept the calling and to get up on our cross and stay there no matter how painful the thorns and the nails become so your finished work can be perfected. We love you. We honor you. In your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you,
Man,
Kendall.
I want to say to all the women who mad at their husband and boyfriends tonight, call them and make it right. It'll be all right. It will be okay.
Thank you, Kendall, for taking care of our queen.
And also to all the girls who are listening, if you have friends like the Rickets, put them on ice.
Kendall, thank you.
Ice them.
Thank you, Kendall, for taking care of our queen. I know that this has been hard for you. I know that you've been going through. I know you've been weary, but hold on, my brother. A change is going to come. As soon as that baby get here and she got her shake back, she'll be back to normal. Cause she'll be back to normal.
The crazy thing is, you right. I just want my body back. Woo! Whew.
I'm glad she laughed about that because I was going to say, if she wouldn't have laughed, she might not have answered in the morning.
I'm still not answering.
She gonna answer in the morning.
'Cause that what you just pulled was some bull.
I
You know it.
I came back and said it was the
And she
girl.
looked at me talking about, should I go? I'm all,
You messed up the story and telling me not to say
you
no
do.
names.
You probably was mad at me. And probably was like, yeah, I mean.
oh, now I'm about to get mad at you. You know who I
Kendall,
am.
You always mad at me,
Oh, so
though.
you think I was asking about the boys?
No, Kendall, she told me not to say no names, so I skipped over that part of the story. So I had to just take out some of the story, which made the story sound
We
weird.
grew up. Me and you, we grew up. That was the little us.
You sleeping on the couch now.
Well, it's fine. My stuff over here right now. Hey, nice. You see, I got 3 covers over there just in case, bro. Because I don't know where I put my sleeping bag at. I'll go ahead and make. I'm going to be making some s'mores over there in the fireplace.
You sleeping right in
Hey,
here.
that's when your wife would get mad at you when she put you on the couch and you living your best life.
Best life, oh God. Put the heat on.
You be in there on the couch, not she coming in. You be.
He been twirling his toes and stuff. I'm like, oh, so you having fun? Oh,
In my happy place.
yeah. Keep it up.
What you
sorry.
say, Kendall? You
I'm
out there,
sorry.
you say you in your happy place.
Happy place. I will sneak in here, put that heat on.
Postmate come ringing the doorbell, bro. Big dishes, big dishes.
You will sleep with the devil tonight. I put that heat on.
You
Keep
gonna
on.
let the devil use you. He gonna use me too. All right, man. We out of here, man. I'm sweating again.